first pick in the 2018 WNBA Draft, the Las Vegas Aces select A'ja Wilson from the University of South Carolina.
Hi everyone, I'm Brad Muller. Welcome to another edition of Gamecock Insider. Got a busy show for you this week, including a look at Gamecock football as they recently wrapped up spring practice. We'll also check in with A'ja Wilson and the WNBA draft. But coming up first, another historic weekend for Gamecock softball. Let's check out the highlights as South Carolina took on another top 20 opponent in the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hit in the air to center field, that'll drop in for a base hit. Drotar around third as the ball was bobbled. Clark's going to go to second, even though the throw is cut off, and the Gamecocks have cut the deficit in half, 2-1. 0-1 pitch, hit high and deep to left field. Parr back to the wall, touch 'em all. 2-run home run for Kristen White, and the Gamecocks take the lead 3-2 as Whitey clubs her second home run of the year. 1-1 pitch, hit in the air to right field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Cameron Watts speeding around third. Now she'll be held up. Give the Gamecocks some insurance here late. Hit in the air, high and deep to right field. Back to the wall, touch 'em all. A 3-run blast for Mackenzie Bozel. And the Gamecocks have found their offense here late as the sophomore clubs her 5th home run of the year. That was an absolute moonshot, and the Gamecocks all of a sudden lead this thing 6-2. Rounded to short, McGuire. Ball game, and South Carolina takes 2 out of 3 from the Arkansas Razorbacks. They rally for 6 runs in the 6th. They go on to win it 6-2. Gamecocks take 2 out of 3. They'll embark on a 4-game road trip. And a good weekend for the home team as South Carolina improves to 33-6.
That is the definition of will, just strong will right there. You guys you never laid down, you never died. It was an awesome, awesome win. But let me tell you something else. I hope now you new people are getting an appreciation for what it's like to play in the SEC. It is a freaking grind every single game, right? It is not for the weak, right? Because you guys could have put your head down a couple times in that game and you never did it, right? This is the time of year where it's gonna, the weak teams get weeded out, right? You guys stayed with it. That was an awesome, awesome win. Okay, series win. That was awesome.
J-Fun 1, 2, 3. Yes!
Gamecock Insider is brought to you by Crescent Construction, the official roofer of the Gamecocks, and by Wild Wing Cafe. We've got just the thing to make you wild. Gamecock Insider is a production of Gamecock IMG Sports Marketing.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
It's the one and only Ford Truck Month. The place to find one-of-a-kind deals on Ford F-Series, including Motor Trend's Truck of the Year F-150. With best-in-class towing and torque, these bad boys make the rules and break them. That's why it's America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. But like ribs at a barbecue, these deals won't last long. Ford Truck Month. It's buy now time, partner.
Now during Ford Truck Month, get a 2018 F-150 with $11,000 total savings. Only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
This is it. This is the moment when legacies are made, and good becomes glorious. But legacies aren't just granted on game day. You can make them anytime. Will it be today or someday? The glory lies in your choice. This is the moment. What will your legacy be? You build legacies. We protect them.
Yes, Michelle.
Coach, you've never been afraid to say what's on your mind. So why is high blood pressure something we should be concerned about?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Michelle. That's a problem in South Carolina. We rank 8th in the country in high blood pressure. That's not where we need to be. Trust me.
Is it really dangerous?
Look, if we don't get checked, you can have a heart attack, a stroke, or even go blind. So you tell me.
Coach.
0-1 pitch hit high and deep to left field. Parr back to the wall. Touch 'em all. 2-run home run for Kristen White, and the Gamecocks take the lead 3-2 as Whitey clubs her second home run of the year.
That's our Sandsbury Eye Center. Did you see that play? Now let's check in with South Carolina Track and Field as the Gamecocks recently hosted the Gamecock Invitational.
Up and underway, section 1 of 2, women's 4x100. Wingate, that'll do Hampton for the win. Set. Underway here in section 2, again from the inside out, L and the top. Now through the center. Silver will be first across. Cunningham and Peterson. Battling, it's going to be a three-way close race.
Coming up next on Gamecock Insider, we're going to talk Carolina football as the voice of the Gamecocks, Todd Ellis, sits down with head coach Will Muschamp.
We had a large storm, and our home was hit pretty bad. The next day, a friend of ours recommended Crescent Construction. They came out and replaced our entire roof, and we were very pleased with the work they did.
Call Crescent Construction's professional staff to do a detailed roof inspection at your home today. Absolutely free.
I've already referred Crescent Construction to a friend of mine.
Call Crescent Construction, South Carolina's #1 roofer and the official roofer of the Carolina Gamecocks.
Win the opportunity to be the next Farm Bureau Insurance fan on the field and witness pregame batting practice from the dugout. Winners will receive 2 game tickets, pregame field passes, and autographed merchandise from head coach Mark Kingston. Visit usccontest.com to register today. Fan on the Field is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Get the membership advantage.
Carolina and Clemson haven't agreed on much since 1896. It's a healthy multi-sport rivalry. And this year, every head-to-head competition is part of the certified SC-grown Palmetto Series. So while Gamecocks and Tigers each support their team, we can all support local farmers by purchasing certified SC-grown products. Just look for the certified SC-grown label where you shop and follow your team at palmettoseries.com. It's a matter of taste.
Almost there.
She's coming.
My video call's lagging. Mom.
Hold up. We got a laggy video call here. You need Verizon, the best network for streaming. Try this new Samsung Galaxy S9 on Verizon Unlimited. The camera's a real game changer. Okay, people, that's a reset. Want us to surprise her again? Yeah, but like in a fun way, like this. Oh, my favorite friends are here. There's Tony and Diane. Like that.
Switch to the best unlimited on the most awarded network and get up to $500 off the Samsung Galaxy S9.
Welcome back into Gamecock Insider. Time to talk Carolina football with head coach Will Muschamp. And coach, your team had a 9-win season. You followed that with a comeback victory over Michigan in the Outback Bowl. That was followed by a top 20 recruiting class. It really seems like yesterday, but your squad just finished spring ball. How'd they do in meeting your expectations?
Well, I think we made a lot of progress in the spring, and I think that's more than anything what you want to do. You want to be able to see progress. I thought we made progress on the offensive line. We still need to get more quality depth of guys ready to play. I feel really good about our starting five and a guy like Malik Young, who missed all of spring, to be able to be a guy that's going to battle for a starting job. The tight end position, you lose Hayden Hurst, but Casey Crosby, Jacob August, two seniors, really to see their progress, and Kiel Pollard did a nice job. Jake Bentley is leading the quarterback race in our football team and our offense. I was very pleased with how spring progressed for him. He plays faster. He plays better when we play fast. And then I feel really good about our receiving core. Now, we were a little of a mash unit throughout spring, and I'm concerned about our timing going into the summer. We've got 4 months. I don't want to be getting into August camp working on timing. We got 4 months to work on that to get all these guys back healthy, and our running back core I feel pretty good about. You know, really like the offense, you know, what we're doing, more aggressive, fast tempo. Being able to dictate the tempo of the game is really what we're talking about as much as anything else, and I'm really pleased with what Brian and our offensive staff did.
I saw you talk many times during the spring and heard it on the field as well. Go fast, whether it was on offense and the implementation of that or in your special team units. How did the team do with acclimating to that process? Because it was a lot faster.
Well, I thought they did very well, and it's only going to continue to get better. It starts with communication, and you've got to get a lot of one-word phrases that mean a lot of different things, and guys got to all be on the same page, whether it's splits and the different things we've got to do. And I saw improvement from practice 1 to practice 15 through spring.
A lot of people contributed during the fall to that 9-win season on both sides of the ball. Probably a major surprise on defense, how good you were in the red zone and otherwise, but you can look at that offensive unit at times. It seems like you had a different player step up. As you look at the spring, you had 13 early enrollees come in as well. A lot of guys out there. As you said, this may look a lot like your team in the fall. Do you have someone that stood out to you, an MVP on both sides of the ball for spring practice?
Well, you know, looking back at it, Casey Crosby and Cedarius Hutchinson were their two offensive players of the spring for us. They did a fantastic job in the spring. Casey, I think offensively now, obviously Hayden movement on, his opportunities increasing, and Cedarius has progressed extremely well for an offensive lineman, a guy that we saw the athleticism in the recruiting process, has really built his body and really dedicated himself to the weight room and has really practiced the right way all the time. That's why he is where he is. And then defensively, you look at T.J. Brunson and Dennis Wanham, two guys that had outstanding springs, very consistent with their play. Dennis obviously playing the buck and the end, and T.J. playing Mike linebacker for us.
A lot of people looking to see whether there's someone who can contribute to pressuring the quarterback, not necessarily sacks, but D.J. Wanham was outstanding a year ago, Coach. Anybody you see around him at the buck or outside backer that can help us in the pass rush?
Well, getting Bryson Allen back is going to be huge because he's really loose in the pass rush. He does an outstanding job of an edge pressure guy and a guy that you can match up internally against a back in the protection and things like that. Kier Thomas and Javon Kinlaw, both inside, have done a really nice job of pushing the pocket inside where the quarterback can't step up in the pocket. And we've got to continue to develop our outside rushers. You know, Aaron Sterling and Shameik Blackshear did some nice things. Danny Fennell's done some good things. Brad Johnson is up to 250 and a very heavy-handed guy in the rush. So I think we have more depth than we've had before, and a young player, J.J. Mbare, is a guy that I'm really excited about as one of the 13 mid-year enrollees that came in, and he's going to play for our football team in the fall.
Coach, everybody's worried about serious injuries all the time, but out of spring, you don't want to have somebody go into the offseason without the ability to train and get ready for fall practice. How's the healthier football team? And I know everybody's been watching big number one. How's Debo doing particularly?
Doing very well. I mean, it really, Chad Terrell is the only serious injury that we have. Obviously he's tore his ACL. We feel like projecting he'll be back full speed September 1st. I don't know that there's a guy on our football team that's not going to be full speed June 1st, coming out of spring or from a surgery from the season.
You excited about the 2018 schedule, and what about this team will do in the offseason to get ready for that?
Well, I'm glad we opened up at Williams-Brice Stadium, thank goodness, to kick off the season here. So we're excited about that. But, you know, again, we've got so much work to do, 4 months, April, May, June, July, to create the best version of each individual on this football team, which is going to, in turn, create the best football team that we can have. And we've got to have a great camp, and that's going to be really important for us.
Well, everybody has to contribute to the success of Carolina football, and a lot of things happening with the Operations Center and other upgrades here in Carolina football. It always takes a fourth quarter drive.
And when this is completed, it takes us to a whole different level. And I think it's very special for so many people to look at this years to come and say, you know, I was a part of this.
So on a national perspective, this is going to be the building that the future buildings are modeled upon. We've put in everything that they could absolutely ask for in this building. We're giving every tool to these athletes and to the staff to create success.
When you walk through the doors, it's going to be first class. It's going to be world first class, no question about it. But it's also going to be business, it's going to be work, it's going to be improvement.
I wanted the football operation buildings to be a one-stop shop for a young man when he comes on our campus. So anything related with his football career is going to be under one roof. And within the indoor, our practice fields and the football operations facility will be as fine a developmental program as there is in the country.
We want the recruit that might be driving up to this facility for the first time to first experience excitement. They will learn, again, the Gamecock story. They will understand what the values are for them and their training and their development. They will see the pride in the program and the history of the program.
When you start talking in terms of football, we got areas that our kids can study. We got barbershop, coaches' offices, nutrition. I mean, everything you ever want, everything you can ever need is sitting right here. And so when we say all-inclusive, I mean, we truly mean all-inclusive.
For me, deep down inside, that I helped, I contributed, that's reward enough for me.
But these guys, as we know, some of them, they're thinking about the next level. A lot of them are. So when they can look at a facility like this, it's not only going to prepare them to do better on Saturdays here, but it's also going to develop them to be a better student athlete, but more than that, a better football player if they want to take it to the next level.
We need everybody that can help. At the end of the day, you've got to invest in your program if you want to get our program where it needs to be. And the investment is so important for our players, for our coaches, to continue to move this program forward and win a championship, and that's what we're going to do.
Coming up next on Gamecock Insider, we'll sit down with South Carolina men's tennis coach Josh Goffey.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
It's the one and only Ford Truck Month, the place to find one-of-a-kind deals on Ford F-Series, including Motor Trend's Truck of the Year F-150. With best-in-class towing and torque, these bad boys make the rules and break them. That's why it's America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. But like ribs at a barbecue, these deals won't last long. Ford Truck Month. It's buy now time, partner.
Now during Ford Truck Month, get a 2018 F-150 with $11,000 total savings. Only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
This is it. This is the moment when legacies are made, and good becomes glorious. But legacies aren't just granted on game day. You can make them anytime. Will it be today or someday? The glory lies in your choice. This is the moment. What will your legacy be? You build legacies. We protect them.
Hey, Bob.
Frank, how do you get people to watch for the warning signs of heart disease?
Yeah, heart disease is the #1 killer in the state of South Carolina. You need to go get checked so you know your numbers, then you can lower your risk.
Coach, but how do you get people on board?
This is a team game. We need to do better, and we will. So go get your blood pressure checked. You too, Bob.
Coach. Good hard work has earned Leah Perry the title of Colonial Life Academic Athlete of the Week. A member of the beach volleyball team, Perry is a graduate sport and entertainment management major with a 4.0 GPA. This week's academic athlete is brought to you by Colonial Life. Colonial Life, the benefits of good hard work.
Hi everyone, Brad Muller alongside South Carolina men's tennis coach Josh Goffey. Coach, how you doing?
Good, great.
Well, it's been a great spring for you guys so far. In fact, a great month. The beginning of the month, you guys start in impressive fashion with a big win over 10th ranked Florida.
Yeah.
What does a win like that do for your program in terms of confidence moving forward?
Yeah, okay, so starting from where we were, obviously it validates all the hard work that we put in. These guys have had their backs against the wall from the beginning of the year. We lost our #1 player early on. And to overcome that in tennis, which is a 6-man roster, you have a depth chart of maybe 8 guys max. It puts our depth down to 7. So practices are pretty thin, and the quality coming from the top down has everybody's had to jump up a spot. So needless to say, these guys have literally done a phenomenal job of really answering that bell and stepping up. I mean, to take down a team like a top 10 at Florida that's gotten up to maybe as high as 6 this year, that's phenomenal. These guys deserve every part of it.
I know you guys had some bangs and bruises earlier in the year. We checked the Palmetto Health injury report. How are the Gamecocks going into the home stretch?
We're healthy.
That's what we like to hear. Yeah. We'll check our Terminex Pest Player of the Week.
Paul Jubb. Yeah, Paul Jubb comes from Hull, England. He's a sophomore. He's risen up from playing 5 and 6 last year all the way up to #2 and has been playing in absolute dominant fashion this year, basically controlling the 2 spot in the SEC. So it's a great job.
Well, Coach, before you go into the postseason, I know you got to finish up SEC play, and then there's that match at the end of the regular season at Clemson. And I know you always make a big deal of that with what you see on TV with football and things like that. What does that rivalry mean to you guys?
It's the same. I mean, I think we're out for blood. You know, I mean, we come at it, and we've got a good record going into this match versus Clemson in the last 8 years here, and so I think we're looking to keep that going, no doubt.
And last thing, what do you want to see heading into the SEC tournament coming up?
We've got a solid Bama team coming in that's been a little bit banged up, and they're healthy now, so it's a dangerous match heading in here. It's really about how we finish. We've been on a good stretch. The guys have been playing good ball, but mostly it's about how we finish here. You know, it's end of the season. Guys are tired. Guys are banged up a little bit in the sense of, like, you know, taking the hits and hauls of the entire SEC season, and it's just really who's going to be tougher, who's going to be more consistent on a point-by-point basis, and that's what I'm looking for, because that's what's going to win the tournament if we can get through that.
Well, Coach, good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks.
All right, for Coach Josh Goffey, I'm Brad Muller. Now let's get a word from My Carolina.
We had a large storm, and our home was hit pretty bad. The next day, a friend of ours recommended Crescent Construction. They came out and replaced our entire roof, and we were very pleased with the work they did.
Call Crescent Construction's professional staff to do a detailed roof inspection at your home today. Absolutely free.
I've already referred Crescent Construction to a friend of mine.
Call Crescent Construction, South Carolina's #1 roofer and the official roofer of the Carolina Gamecocks.
Win the opportunity to be the next Farm Bureau Insurance fan on the field and witness pregame batting practice from the dugout. Winners will receive 2 game tickets, pregame field passes, and autographed merchandise from head coach Mark Kingston. Visit usccontest.com to register today. Fan on the Field is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Get the membership advantage.
Carolina and Clemson haven't agreed on much since 1896. It's a healthy multi-sport rivalry. And this year, every head-to-head competition is part of the certified SC-grown Palmetto Series. So while Gamecocks and Tigers each support their team, we can all support local farmers by purchasing certified SC-grown products. Just look for the certified SC-grown label where you shop and follow your team at palmettoseries.com. It's a matter of taste.
Almost there.
She's coming. My video call's lagging. Mom.
Hold up. We got a laggy video call here. You need Verizon, the best network for streaming. Try this new Samsung Galaxy S9 on Verizon Unlimited. The camera's a real game changer. Okay, people, that's a reset. Want us to surprise her again? Yeah, but like in a fun way, like this. Oh, my favorite friends are here. There's Tony and Diane. Like that.
Switch to the best unlimited on the most awarded network and get up to $500 off the Samsung Galaxy S9.
WellCare Health Plans is the presenting sponsor of Gamecock women's basketball and is also a partner with Coach Dawn Staley and her nonprofit Inner Soul. WellCare offers government-sponsored managed care services and proudly serves approximately 4.4 million members nationwide.
Gamecock Insider is brought to you by Crescent Construction, the official roofer of the Gamecocks, and by Wild Wing Cafe. We've got just the thing to make you wild. Gamecock Insider is a production of Gamecock IMG Sports Marketing.
I'll be attending the University of South Carolina.
15 years down the road, 20 years down the road, she is going to still have people coming up to her, especially in the state of South Carolina, and thanking her for what she's done for the university and the women's basketball team.
She has all those things that can take the league to the next level, and I'm excited for her. I'm excited for the league. I'm excited for women's basketball in general because I do think she's unlike any player that has come out in a long time.
With the first pick in the 2018 WNBA Draft, the Las Vegas Aces select Asia Wilson from the University of South Carolina.
Well, congratulations to Asia Wilson, the first #1 pick in the WNBA draft in South Carolina women's basketball history. We're sure going to miss her here. That's going to do it for another edition of Gamecock Insider. We'll see you again next week.